Hello and welcome to another Ponzi Corp guide. I am your host, Eric Tarkoba, and this is Flight Basics. So you got your first ship and now you're learning how to fly it. But there's not much of a tutorial in-game to teach you how. Much like me when learning to drive stick in Tokyo, it's trial by fire. And like me, you're learning how to do it through YouTube. As such, you likely look like this. Mother. Rest assured that we've all been there before. As such, this is a simple video on how to get to point A to point B without exploding. Therefore, it's not a video on low flying, dogfighting, or how to take out capital targets. I have selected the Avenger Titan for this video. The reason for this is that I believe it's a ship everyone should be familiar with. It is priced at around 800k Alpha UEC and is easily grindable. However, if you wish to pick up the game package, that will cost you $80.50, making it comparable to other video games. This ship's loadout has been selected by Subliminal. You can check out his YouTube channel for similar guides on how to load out other ships. To turn the main power on, click R. To turn the engines on and off, click I. It should be noted that the engines can be on without main power. To power on and off the shields, click O. To power on and off the weapons, click P. To power on and off the quantum drive, press B. My ship is being scanned within this hangar. All I'm going to do is stay still until he's done scanning. You should be absolutely fine as long as you don't have illegal substances within your vehicle or guard armor.
Okay, thanks. You're clear to proceed.
In order to open the hangar door, there's two ways. The first way is by pressing 11. Then going to your friends up in this corner, and then selecting the station or ground location that you're at. This should open the doors. The other way is to hotkey opening the hangar doors. The way to go about this is pressing escape, going to options, key bindings, the advanced key bindings, and going over to flight movement. Going all the way to the bottom, and then selecting what hotkey you want it to be set as. In order to take off, we press the space bar. Be sure to go slow to prevent yourself from crashing against a hangar ceiling. By using the scroll wheel on your mouse, you can control your throttle. We use WSAD in order to get our forward, back, left, and right movement. In order to change pitch and yaw, we use our mouse. And in order to get roll, we use Q and E.
Thank you, and please visit again.
In order to use our primary and secondary weapons, we click the left and right mouse click. To turn on missiles is the center mouse button, and to fire it after lock is the left mouse. When leaving an armistice zone, as indicated by the bullet with a line through it, we want to make sure that our shields are fully charged, and that our quantum spool is fully charged as well. In order to quantum jump, we hold B instead of pressing it. This initiates it after it's ready to go. In order to cancel jump, we again hold B. Initiating jump again is the same process. Sometimes you need to look away in order for it to climb again. Again, by holding B, we initiate the jump. If you get this glitch where the pips don't load, you can reload the locations by pressing B, turning quantum off and on again. Once we become close enough to jump to a location on planet, we enter what's called a spline jump. A spline jump cannot be cancelled by pressing B. After the spline jump is complete, it's always best practice to click Tab. This gives us a scan of the surrounding area and lets us know if there's other players or NPCs that are around us that could cause a problem. Pressing Tab on the dark side of a planet also gives us the benefit of understanding the terrain, preventing us from running into a mountain or into the surface at too high a speed by giving us an understanding of what objects are around us. We can adjust our throttle by using the scroll wheel. This will allow us to get to the location faster. However, your ship has inertia, and if you do not reduce speed soon enough, you may crash into the ground. As you can see, we get 2 pips on our screen, also in the center MFD. Pressing T allows us to target and get more of a reading on this vehicle. As we can see, it's a Vanguard. I don't really want to go to an area that is not an armistice zone with such a vehicle. Down at Shady Glen itself, we can also point to them and click T, and we can get that this is a Terrapin. 2 vehicles at this location says that I should probably not go here. These pips are blue, showing me that these players do not currently have a crime stat. If they were red, I would know that they do. The comms up in the upper right-hand corner shows me that if they were to fire on me, or if I were to fire on them, one of us would get a criminal rating. However, I'm going to go to a place that's a little bit more safe in order to film the rest of this video. The 2 pips on my center MFD, along with the arrows pointing to their direction, shows me that they are still within radar range. I'll be leaving this before I continue on with the rest of the video, just to make sure that I'm safe. When landing at an area such as Shady Glen that is outside an armistice zone, the landing area may be uneven. We want to go ahead and press S, reducing speed, and we can reduce speed quicker by holding S and Shift, applying a boosted brake. Pressing N allows us to lower our landing gear. Going into third person is done by pressing the F4 key. If you are new to Star Citizen, I would highly recommend doing this. It gives you a better bearing of your surroundings, the terrain, and your speed, so that you can adjust accordingly when landing. Remember that going slow is the key, and also finding an area that's smooth enough for you to land on. Pressing the control key allows us to go downwards. This area looks smooth, and as such, I'll land on top of it. By tapping the I key, we can turn off our engines but keep the shields on. This is wise because if it's a particularly windy day, our ship will not blow away while still providing us some protection. However, if you're wanting to reduce your signature, you can go ahead and turn your ship completely off by pressing the U key. It should be noted that this will also turn off your shields. However, it gives you the added benefit of reducing your signature, making scans and radar harder to pick you up. These numbers to our mid-right indicate our flares and also our noise. Flare is activated by pressing the H key and is useful if somebody has launched a missile at us. Beside flare, we also have noise. Noise is used to give an accurate reading on their radar, making us harder to track. We have less noise countermeasures than we do flares. These should be used conservatively. We activate noise by pressing J. Here's what flares look like in third person. And also what noise looks like in third person. On the mid right of our screen, we see how many countermeasures we have left. As you can see, these numbers have reduced, so I'll be traveling to a ground location to show you how to repair, refuel, and restock. Pressing the Shift key along with the W key allows us to boost forward, maximizing our speed and closing this distance quickly. Once we get within range of our location, be sure to slow down. Going too fast may cause us to crash. As we are approaching a location that has a landing pad, there are two different ways that we can land upon it. The first is how I showed you previously with a self-land, and the other is to get quite close to the pad, and then by pressing and holding the N key, which does a self-land. Pressing the F1 key brings us to this menu, then by pressing this wrench, we can select to repair, restock, and refuel our ship. We may get these signs telling us not to move as the process is being done, and over here we can see that our flare and noise has already been restocked. If we wish to select the area that we want to jump to, we can open up our map and then set route. Here we're going from Walla back to ArcCorp. As you can see, this is marked in red, and it gives us an explanation on why that is the case, as we need to exit the atmosphere. Once enough room is between us and the planet that we exited the atmosphere, we're then permitted to jump. If we have a ship that has an internal space, we are given the ability to exit the pilot seat while quantuming. Once we get close enough to the jumping location, the sound of the jump will change in pitch, telling me that it's time to go back to the pilot seat. As I am wanting to go back to my home at BJ Point, I can find Area 18, indicated by what looks like an upside-down Monopoly house, and finding the area with a large square and rounded corners to its side. I can navigate myself around the planet by using these OM markers, or orbital markers. They are around each planet. As we are in a location with low light, we can also get our bearing by pressing tab, highlighting the station. Again, we can choose one of two ways. for hailing a landing pad.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay. That request has already
Our
been
landing pad is indicated by a circle with a downward pointing arrow. In the upper right-hand corner, with a bullet with a line through it, this is an Armistice zone. You can go slow here and take your time, ensuring you don't crash. Once you become a better pilot, you will not have to go into F4. However, since this is a beginner's video, I'll go ahead and do it, showing you how it makes it easier for you to land at a location. Remember to go slow and take your time. There is no rush. As I'm running into a glitch, I'm giving a notice to vacate the area. If this timer runs out, you will respawn into the location. There will be a small violation fee, or you can just wait until the timer is over.
Initiating ship storage procedure. For your safety, please vacate the area. Thank you for your cooperation.
I hope you found this video helpful, and if you're interested in joining the organization, check out Ponzi Corp. Otherwise, you can check out the Aussie_Viking on Twitch for more information and possible cash giveaways.